Hello, gang, and welcome to another edition of the Summer Box Office Mega Movie Draft. We are in week
I have my
6.
voice. Keep going.
You do have your voice, and we hear you loud and clear this time, Jay. It's wonderful hearing you. I love your voice
know.
so much.
Now we would
It's
just
beautiful.
have to worry about the heat destroying your internet, not the rain.
Hey, I got better internet now, so
Oh,
we're
you
all
got
good.
it? Sweet.
Yep.
Can't you tell? He sounds like he's here. He's actually sitting next to you.
You can hear the Barry White in my voice now. Finally.
No, we can't. That's racist. Don't become a Paula Deen. Here we go. So, Nick, do you want to give us the rundown of where people are at in the standings this week, and maybe talk about what was released this week?
I would love to, Tim.
Don't do it.
Please do it.
For me, the internship has only made I think 1 million this weekend, so it's up to 43,219,000 on a budget of 58 for a total of negative 14,781,000.
That's still in theaters.
It's not on
How?
It's not on at Owasso or Birch Run anymore, but somewhere it's making something.
Just in a $2 theater somewhere.
Probably.
Why?
This is the end. Made another 20 million this weekend. That's still on at both theaters. It has made so far 91,700,000 on a budget of 32, so it's at positive 59 million.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad. Monsters University has made $237,760,000 on a budget of 185, for a total of positive 52,760,000.
Fuck you.
And then my new movie this weekend, Grown Ups 2, made 42,500,000 on a budget of 80 million for a total of negative 37,500,000.
That's not making it back.
No, I
It
don't
did
think so.
open up higher than I
come,
thought.
They'll probably get up to 60 or 70.
It's going to come close, and I'm fine with that, because at least it's not as bad as people were thinking it was going to be.
I
It's
was
not gonna be
expecting
like
a 32 opening.
something, yeah, a lot lower than that, and then I would have been worried.
Yeah.
But with making over half of it back, that's not bad.
At least the
so I have a
People are
total.
stupid.
Yeah, so I have a total of positive 59,479,000. Not bad. And we'll skip Jay.
Are you positive?
I am positive.
He's
I'm
positive
HIV
about the
positive.
positive.
Damn it!
I just watched that one last night, Jay.
Are you HIV positive?
um,
I love that episode.
just lots of cash. So Tim, Man of Steel has made you 280,995,000. So
It's
you were
still
with a
sitting
budget
there.
of
It's still doing well.
225.
Nice.
So you've made 55,995,000 on that.
I thought that was gonna break 300 soon.
It might.
Could.
I don't
It's
remember.
very-
I've been
Probably not.
trying to remember how much each has made each weekend, based on as opposed to last weekend. But that one I completely forgot. So
Yeah.
It's probably gonna just hit 290. I bet at the end. and
I'm
that'll be
close,
it.
yeah. Because now you have all these other ones.
290. I would
Bling
expect
Ring,
290, maybe 300. I don't know.
It's gonna be close. Bling Ring has made 5,450,000 on a budget of 8 million for a total of negative 2,550,000.
It's getting there.
Slowly but surely. White House Down.
Don't call me Shirley.
Yep,
That's
I
right.
was gonna say that.
White House Down, or White House Frown, sorry,
Yep.
has made 62,963,000 on a budget of 150 million.
Yeah.
For
dead
a
in the water.
negative total of negative 87,037,000. Despicable Me 2 has made 229,237,000 on a budget of 76 million for a total of positive 153,237,000.
It's doing
Goddamn.
so well.
It's doing damn
Goddamn.
well. It is almost caught up to Monsters U for like a fraction of the budget.
It's doing so well.
And you also had
I get that, Tim. Shut up.
oh, it's not doing Lone Ranger numbers, Tim. Let's be honest here.
Of course not.
And then you have the Way Back, which has made 1,845,000 on a budget of 4.6 million, and has made negative 2,755,000, bringing your total, Tim, to positive 116,890,000. But
good
don't
for
worry,
this
Jay
week.
is still beating you in the negative.
Okay. And the negatives.
And Jay,
Yeah.
The Purge made you another million this weekend, so I think that's going to top off around this.
Isn't
number.
that done playing? That's got to be done playing.
That's why I said it's like the internship. It made only about 1 or 2 million this weekend.
Our
so
first movies are still making money.
yeah,
They're
so
already
The
making
Purge-
the next one, I'm sure.
That's right. Hey, you kicked ass on The Purge. You've made 63,796,000 on a budget of 3 million. So far you have positive 60,796,000. That's pretty damn good. World War Z has made 177,087,000 on a budget of 190 for a total of negative 12,913.
I think it's hilarious. I'll just let you keep going, then I'll say what I was gonna say. Go.
Well, if it has to do with World War Z, go for it.
No, it does, but it has to do with another movie you're gonna get to. So just keep going.
The Heat has made you $112,363,000 on a budget of $43 million for a positive.
Damn.
Yeah, for a positive $69,363,000.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
It's good stuff.
The marketing for that was phenomenal.
That good.
Then you have The Lone Ranger, which has made you. It made you like another $20 million this weekend.
Oh, gee.
It has made you so far. It has made so far $71,101,000 on a budget of $215.
Oh.
For a total of negative $143,899,000.
I can't believe.
Why are you getting all these movies? You have all the expensive movies.
I didn't know Lone Ranger's budget was that high. Remember, like only the first couple movies we started picking, we didn't have.
Well, you're just lucky that it wasn't 250 like people thought at first, and now they've.
Here's what I was gonna say: World War Z. I was bitching so much about that.
And it's not that one.
And the movie that should be doing at least decent is
exactly the one you were so pissed off about having has not done anything near as bad as Lone Ranger.
And granted, I was right to be pissed off when it was a rumored budget of $400 million.
I think we should say though is that like yesterday, waiting in line, I was next to this girl who said she saw World War Z, and she said she actually liked it. And people said that they think it's an enjoyable movie.
It really is. I think it got like an A- cinema score.
It's the only thing helping the movie. Word of mouth is the only thing that's helping that movie.
Exactly. And finally,
Jay, getting good reviews too, though.
It did.
Yeah.
I didn't think it did. I know it got a good one from me, but
I enjoyed it. But I know a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and then finally, Jay, you opened this weekend with Pacific Rim. Which made you $38,800,000 on a budget of $190 million for a total negative $151,700,000. If you look at the openings for Grown Ups 2 and Pacific Rim, Grown Ups beat Pacific Rim.
I know, it's such bullshit.
Now, we talked about this, but before we go any further, do you want to say what Jay's total is?
His total is negative $178,353,000.
Now, Jay, you were raving to us about how big of a fan base Pacific Rim has. Do you know what's it feel like to know that the Grown Ups 2 movie has a larger fan base than Pacific Rim?
It doesn't have a larger fan base. It has a larger group of idiots with stupid children.
Hey! I went and saw Grown Ups. I'm proud of being an idiot. Speaking of Grown Ups, our theater was filled.
Ignorance is
That's
bliss.
what I'm saying. It has a larger fan base than Pacific Rim. Jay, you were telling us that there are so many fans that want to see this movie. What happened, buddy? What happened?
They're out there.
It's going to break 100 million before it's out of
they're out there.
I don't know. I can't see it.
Well, it got an A- cinema score, so I mean
it's a new idea. It's an original film, and it's fun. It's a good movie.
Okay, I don't know.
Reviews haven't been very kind to it, but I guess A- cinema score is going to help it word of mouth. So
people that don't like it are not familiar with the kaiju and mech.
I've heard one criticism over and over, and I'll bring it up when we get to you talking about it. But there's one that I've heard over and over.
Should we break into that? We might as well just break into that because I mean, Jay, you saw
it's a good segue.
Jay, you saw Pacific Rim, and you want to see it again. Am I right? You want to go to the theater and see it again?
Yes, I'm gonna go again.
You're going to go. Okay, so tell us. All right. So why don't you tell us about Pacific Rim?
I was gonna go yesterday, but it was just so hot. I would have died.
Well. Here's the thing about it, and I've had a lot of arguments with a couple of my friends, too, because they said, like, why the hell are they showing us all of these awesome, and kind of a spoiler alert, but you get to see all of these cool, they're called Jaegers, the mechs, the giant robots that people call them. You see all these cool mechs right in the beginning, but they get pretty much just trampled on right away. And it's because Guillermo del Toro said in an interview he didn't want to focus on the story line.
He didn't want to focus on the story. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
He didn't want to focus on
there too. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, he didn't want to focus on the part of the story where we're winning. Because in the very beginning, you get all this exposition about how everything started and how we struggled, and then we finally formed an alliance, like a world alliance, and made the Jaeger program. And now it puts us right in the movie where everything starts to go wrong and we're losing the war. So the whole movie is basically us trying to win when the kaiju, the alien race, has already made their creatures stronger and better than the mechs that we have.
Are they aliens? I thought they come up from under the ground in the ocean.
It's an alien race, and the Pacific Rim
Just like a dimensional portal or something?
Yeah, it's a dimensional portal to send the kaiju through.
I thought they were just always under the earth, just chilling.
Nah, you'll have to check it out. It's really cool. It's a cool story.
Okay,
and
now my question, because you've already lost me. My question, just tell me
Fuck
what
you.
I really want to know. Charlie Day, what was he
Yes. Charlie Day is great. He plays this crazy scientist.
Is he comic relief?
Yes, he's referred to by his other scientist friend as a kaiju groupie because he's obsessed with the monsters, and he wants to basically in the movie the people that pilot the mechs, they have to use this technology to merge their minds and become one. And Charlie Day's main goal is he wants to merge his brain with a kaiju one.
Okay,
I got a question for you. Charlie Day was on Conan last night, and they were showing a clip from it, and this might be a spoiler in the answer you give me, but the clip they show, I'm just curious how it ends. He's in a big room underground with a bunch of Chinese people, and they're all freaking out because the kaiju's coming, and he's like, he's after me! It's after me! And he falls in the middle, and his glasses fall off, and he puts them on, and the clip ended with him looking up, and the top of the roof starting to fall apart. How does that end? Does he die?
No.
Does he
I just
die?
was really curious. That's why I said spoiler, because it ended. I was like, damn it, I want to know if he dies.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Because he merged. Spoiler. Because he does merge his mind with one of the kaiju.
I mean, that's what he wanted. That's what he was.
Yeah, it goes both ways though. So the kaiju know
that he's merged with them.
They know that he knows about their shit. They're an intelligent race. So they're ripping apart the city going after him.
So it sounds like this had some deeper story to it than I thought, and even though I'm still not going to see this movie, it doesn't appeal to me at all. But it sounds to me, the way that you're explaining it, is that yes, there's a deep-rooted story within this crazy action movie,
and they actually have good character backgrounds. It's not.
And now, do I have to know the source material to get those character backgrounds?
No,
there isn't a source material, is there?
What do you mean the source? Is it based on something?
Is there going to be more than one?
No, this is completely new. A whole new idea.
Yeah, that's based on something, isn't it?
Yes, giant monster films have been around.
Are you kidding me?
For
I thought this was
time.
based. I thought Pacific Rim was a thing. I thought it was based on something.
No,
no,
it's a whole new idea. It's a whole new movie.
Why the fuck would this movie have a fan base?
Well, the Pacific Rim. Well, the Pacific Rim, Tim, is a real place.
No. What Tim's saying is he thought it was based on a comic book or a movie or something.
Or a game or something.
It's literally just one big tribute to old monster movies.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm definitely not seeing it now.
If it would do well, we would get more.
Okay,
we got Godzilla coming. Dude, that poster for Godzilla is so sick.
Isn't
it was so simple. What are you talking about?
Is my mom.
Sick? That was just.
I showed it to my mom, Jay, and she hated, as long as everyone else, the 2001 where they changed Godzilla's look, and she saw the poster and goes, I hate Godzilla. I was like, Mom, no. I was like, look at how he looks. I was like, they're bringing the original back. She goes, oh, okay. So it was smart using that in the marketing and plus it's got Bryan Cranston in it, so it's better.
Now, Jay, Pacific Rim did they leave room for another movie? Is there Pacific Rim 2?
Not really. They end everything.
Can they do it?
They could make another one, but I don't think they will.
All right, so it's ending right there. They probably won't, right? Okay. Well,
here's let me bring up the one criticism I've been hearing. I've heard 3 or 4 times in different reviews I read over the weekend. I heard that the fights are really cool, but one of the problems a lot of people had was that it's a lot of boxing type fighting, punching and face punching and stuff, and then they get to the end of the fight and they end it in 5 seconds by using a laser or a giant sword type thing. Whereas why didn't they just lead with that? You know what I mean? And then their criticism is that they just did all the face punching just to have mindless fighting for 5 minutes and then just a quick, oh, you're dead. Whereas in real life, no one would do that. They would just quickly, oh, I have a laser that kills them. Use that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they do that?
They do that, but the thing I got from it is that they kind of have to, what do you call it, daze the
wear 'em
monster a
down.
bit. If they just come right out with a laser beam, because they have to charge it. It has to be charged before they shoot it.
About the sword or whatever.
Yeah, the sword. That was the one part I was like, why didn't you just use that sword the whole time, man?
Okay, so even you, okay. I was just wondering because I saw that quite a bit. That was one of the few criticisms I saw carry over in a few reviews.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Okay.
So you're gonna go see it again. You're gonna go check it out. You'll buy the Blu-ray.
Nick, are you gonna see it, Nick?
Probably eventually.
I was gonna say Ron Perlman, man. He's awesome. Go see
Ron
it.
Perlman. Does he get all red-faced and run around?
He's funny. Go see it.
All right. Speaking of funny, let's jump over to Grown Ups 2. Let's hear about this now.
Fuck this. Next movie.
Next movie.
Honestly, I will go on record. I said it last week. I did enjoy the first one. I thought it was funny.
Okay.
The second one has a lot of really chuckle moments where you're like, really? I can't
It's a
believe they did
smile,
that.
right? You have a
But
smile on it.
Keep talking, Nick. I gotta blow my nose.
That's fine. It's along the lines of the few movies I've seen lately where I've said I was entertained. But big problem I had with this is, and like I said, it was funny. There were parts in it. This is a movie where I cannot believe there truly is.
Jay, what the hell are you doing? He's crying. Jay is really upset. He is crying.
He's upset that Pacific Rim just did not make more than Grown Ups 2. No, this is the first movie in a long time I've seen that truly did not have a story. This movie is literally scenes strung together,
joke after joke after joke,
for comedic moments.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of the jokes
set up and then punchline, set up and then punchline, set up and then punchline.
Whereas the first one at least had a storyline, where they were going back to their old stomping grounds because of the funeral of their coach, and then trying to recapture that summer spirit, which I thought was a good story.
Is Rob Schneider not in this one?
He's not in it, and they don't even reference where he is.
Wow,
he's just dead.
He's just gone. But so this
the trailer for this one, I thought they were at some summer getaway thing, and these asshole jock guys were taking over the place.
What it is Adam Sandler's family. They moved back to their old hometown. They're not in Hollywood or LA or wherever they were. They're living more of a normal life to get back to their family and friends from the town. So. Literally, the movie is, like I said, there's not much story. It all culminates, I guess, in one big party at Sandler's house. But kind of, I guess, if you really look for a story and tried to think of one, it would be the feud they have with these college kids, where they're at the quarry, Jay, where you saw in the commercial, where they used to jump off the rocks into the water, and supposedly Kevin James would never do it because he always come up with some excuse right before he had to jump off. And so the thing you saw was they're there, and there's a party going on with college kids, and all the douche college guys come over and basically make them jump in. And so there's a kind of a feud in the background, and it culminates in a big Lord of the Rings style running down a hill towards each other fight at the end with the whole town versus the college kids.
Right.
But like I said, there are jokes in it that really made me laugh that I was just dying.
My biggest issue with Grown Ups 1 and 2 now is that they jump off into the quarry.
Oh, all right. They jump off in the quarry, and all the college kids are laughing and whatever. And Chris Rock's in the water, and he goes, "Isn't anybody scared of a black man anymore? God damn you, Obama!" I laughed so damn hard at that.
That's dumb.
Oh man,
that was funny. That was funny. And hearing it in Chris Rock's voice, it's fantastic.
Guys, listen to this. So Grown Ups 1, Grown Ups 2, with comedians like that, who I will say have a pretty, they all have extensive stand-up backgrounds. They are hilarious people. They are very funny comedians. How come they can't make a movie together that's 4 times as funny as just one of them being in a movie would be? Why can't they do it?
I have no idea, but like I said, each scene in this movie...
Perfect. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying. I said,
though, it was still funny. I was entertained for... Literally, it's 2 hours long.
Wow, it's a 2-hour-long movie?
It is 1 hour and 50 minutes. Each scene, though, has a cameo by somebody, which is kind of fun. Steve Buscemi's in this one a bit more than the first one, and anytime Steve Buscemi's in a comedy now because of Boardwalk Empire, it's gold to me. Shaq is in it, and he's hilarious.
Of course, he's in the trailers.
He's in it quite a bit. But no, I mean they make another good joke with Shaq where Selma Hayek's playing quarters with him, and she first shot gets the quarter into the cup, and she looks at Shaq and goes, "What can I say? I don't miss 3 free throws." And it cuts to Shaq, and he just gives her a look.
They still make that joke.
Oh, but it's funny because
Jay's
it's
like,
Shaq.
Jay is
and I
so
love it.
upset right now. He's
just
fuming.
mad because it dethroned, or just not dethroned, just owned Pacific
No, it
Rim.
dethroned.
It didn't own
It dethroned.
We'll see who makes more money.
No, I'm
Grown
assuming
Ups
yours
too.
will, Jay, because this got like a B cinema score, and that's not very good.
Okay, so Nick, can you tell us when Grown Ups 3 is coming out?
I doubt it will.
What?
Next
It
year.
will
I
be
really
out.
don't
It
know
will
if
happen.
If it makes some more, yeah, it will, but it's going to be...
Jack and Jill 2 will probably come out first.
That's my
Jack
boy
and Jill,
too.
I'll tell you right now, Jack and Jill is a guilty pleasure for me.
No.
Oh,
It's-
God.
Oh my God, get
I'm a
out of
Sandler,
here.
Listen to this.
Tim, we
I'm
need a new person for this
Oh
podcast.
my God.
It was my podcast.
Bullshit.
No, I'm a Sandler apologist. Jack and Jill's a movie that if it's on, I can watch it because it's so dumb and it's just
I
funny
love
as hell
Adam
to me.
Sandler too, but I recognize when he's doing stupid shit.
Well, I had a long conversation with someone this weekend about I do agree. I don't know when he got off this. I mean, he was making really good movies in
All
the
right,
early
do you want
2000s.
my Adam Sandler guilty pleasure is Click.
I love Click. Christopher
Click's
Walken
amazing.
as the devil or as Death.
Death, yeah.
It's just I don't know. He Just Go With It. I thought was a good movie actually. That was one of the few in the last few years I thought was kind of more back to early Sandler. But
Right.
like I don't know.
I don't know why
just
people
likes
have the
cashing
problem
the
with
checks.
Click. I thought Click was great.
I know.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of people who don't like it, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was it's actually a really good movie.
For Click to be a movie that when I went into it expecting a comedy and was bawling at the end,
Yes.
Yeah.
you've accomplished
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Plus, I love that he kicks Sam in the balls like 5 times.
Oh, can I ask? Does Nick Swartzen make a cameo in it?
Yeah, he plays a bus driver.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Basically
Nice.
on drugs the whole
I
movie.
know that
and they,
him and Sandler are like best friends now.
he's
so.
funny in it. He ends up. He's just really gross. He's
Of course.
He, like I said,
Always.
he's on drugs when he comes to pick the kids up for school on the school bus.
Yeah.
So Adam Sandler decides to drive it,
Of
and
course.
they basically steal the school bus to drive around town and pick up Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade, and they tie him up upside down in the
Do you
bus.
still notice like the like Kevin James playing the physical comedy guy? I mean, or are
He's
they all
just-
doing
he's
the
just
same kind of
taken over-
jokes?
Well, Kevin James has just taken the role that was made vacant when Chris Farley died.
Yeah. Well, I love Kevin James. Like, I actually,
I love him.
what's the movie he was in? Here Comes the Boom. Was
didn't see
decent.
it.
It was decent. It wasn't like
Well,
good,
what I
but
can't
it was
believe
decent.
is, and Here Comes the Boom, he lost a lot of weight for that. He looks
Yeah.
decent in that. Whereas
Yeah.
in this, he's back to he looks really bad in this. Like, I don't know if he just gained
Yeah.
it back because he should because that's the character and just that's known of him.
I
You
don't
know what I
know.
mean? But no,
I don't know.
they don't do much. I mean, there are a few physical things thrown in with Kevin James. Like he stands on a table to give this rousing speech and it just
Well, get
collapses
this.
from under
They're
him.
doing another mall cop movie, I heard.
Oh man,
I know.
I enjoyed the first one.
Well, the world has been clamoring for some more mall cop.
Oh my God, it's all people talk about
But,
anymore. So
David Spade, I say, has the best story in the movie. His story is he finds out he
Really?
has a son, like an 18-year-old son or whatever, and the son hates him. He's like all tattooed, and so basically it's about David Spade trying to let his son know, hey, it's not that I didn't want to know you, I didn't know you existed, So David
Yeah.
Spade gets the bulk of I'd say the best story of the movie, and he's still not even in it that much. And David
That's
Spade
actually
just
cool. That's actually
they should have
good.
taken that part and made that the whole
made that the
movie.
movie, yeah.
And not call it grown ups.
It's funny
because
because the guy the kid that plays his son is the same kid that played Kato in the Hunger Games, and he's a good actor. It's just funny. He has a good. Like I said, his is the best storyline.
I would say Spade is definitely the I don't want to say least popular, but he's definitely the downplayed character in this movie. At least it seems like every time, he's never the one who gets the most screen time. But in fact, you're saying that his
parts are
storyline was
always
the
the
most
best.
interesting. Yeah.
Not just that, but even with the first one, like you said, they downplay. He's not in it that much, but when he is, he's the best parts of the first one.
Right.
Are we still talking about grown ups too?
You're damn right we are. Well, you gotta talk the most about the movie that made the most money of the weekend.
No, we don't.
All right. Hey, let's move on to a movie that neither of you have seen, but Jay really wants to see that I got to see. Finally, I
Fuck
actually
you.
went to a free screening of this, and I was
Did
so
you
happy
make
to
it
go.
on time because of that traffic?
I did. I made it.
Oh,
on
you
time.
piece of shit! That's what you were going to see.
That's what I was going to see.
Oh my God, you ass!
Yep. And but I wasn't like when I saw This Is the End. I went to a screening of that. I was like first in line. This one I was like mid line, but I still got a good seat in the theater. Of course, we're talking about The Way Back with Steve Carell. It's about a 14-year-old kid who goes on summer vacation with his mother and her new boyfriend Steve Carell, who's a douchebag.
Which I so want to see him play
and his
an asshole.
daughter. And he has a rough time fitting in, but he ends up becoming friends with Sam Rockwell's character at a water park that he manages called Water Whiz. So the movie, I'll tell you this, you got to get used to the kid right up front. He's probably one of the most awkward kids to be in a coming-of-age story. And I mean, that's truly, if that's what they were going for, they nailed that. They executed that perfectly. But there are moments in the movie where I want to look away because the kid is being so awkward. The situations are so, and I don't know if that makes it more real or I don't know what, but it just makes you feel so awkward. He starts out the movie, of course, being very shy and, monotone in the way he talks. And by the end of the movie, he's still very shy and very monotone, but he's got a little bit more confidence to him. And as soon as the movie started, I leaned over and said to my friend, he needs more confidence. So I figured that's what we'd see in the next 90 minutes.
Was that Dan?
No, it was not.
No. All right.
But I'll say this. You see in the trailer, when you see the trailer, you see him make a connection with another young girl who's about his age. That storyline bugged the crap out of me. It was so contrived. That beautiful girl who has friends who are, also in middle school, high school, who are very, I'd say in the uppity, whatever you want to call them, hangs with the jocks. This girl would never hang out with this boy. Ever. It would never happen. Ever. It was so contrived and
one of those parts you just watch, you're like, no way.
No way. There's a scene where they're sitting talking to each other and there's fireworks happening above them, and it's like, no, this is the most cliche thing I've ever seen.
Especially when you realize that girl is the same girl, the bubblegum girl from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Right. But I'll tell you this though, her acting was actually awful. It was terrible. And I don't know, I think it was just her character. I don't think they dove into her character enough to make her feel relatable at all. She just followed him around and then they formed this relationship. But I'll tell you what's interesting is Sam Rockwell steals the show. Oh my God.
Of course.
He's so
Sam is amazing.
in this
I'm not a
movie.
big Sam Rockwell fan.
You're going to be when you watch this.
Here's why. Years ago when what's it called? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was coming out.
Yeah.
He was on an interview with the rest of the cast, and he did nothing but talk about how that movie is his movie. How he was the star, obviously. I mean, one of the stars, but he made it literally seem like that movie would not have been good without him.
Okay,
He
so
just
that
was
one
so-
moment,
No,
one moment
'cause I
ruined
also
his
saw
entire
it-
career.
For me, it really did, because he was so conceited, I just can never get past
Yeah.
that. Because he plays a lot of those parts, so it's hard for me to figure, is he acting or being himself? Because I also saw, it was also when, what was it called? A few years after that, he came out in another little movie where it was the same thing. He was one of the supporting characters at that time, and same thing. Literally did nothing but talk about how he makes that movie shine, and I just can't get past it.
Nick,
I like him and stuff. I liked what was it, Moon? He was good in. I liked him in Iron Man 2.
Yes.
I can still like him, but I just something about him.
Well, you're gonna like him in this. I thought
because he's Sam Rockwell.
But I'll say this though.
And he
what's
plays
really
against type
interesting,
too, doesn't he?
Well,
Kind of like Steve Carell, where he plays the asshole, and now Sam Rockwell.
No,
kind of against
Sam
type.
Rockwell plays a mentor to this kid at this water
That's
park.
what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually he plays like a conceited, like an Iron Man type character.
Right.
Or, Iron Man 2.
Like Sam Rockwell in this movie, he's throwing jokes left and right, and the kid's not picking up on it. And there's even a point where Sam says, "You don't get comedy, do you?" And it's just really good. I mean, there's a lot of lines that he's dropping that are just really brilliantly written. And the writers, by the way, Nat Faxon and Jim Rash, their writers are also the directors.
Love Jim Rash.
But by the way, what's interesting about this movie is that although it follows this kid, it's almost like the writers know that Rockwell is like upstaging everybody, so the story becomes about him at one point. It's like we're following his story now, and it's so interesting to see him do that, because we're supposed to be seeing it through the eyes of this kid. But of course, Rockwell steals the show. Which, by the way, there's other people in the cast that are great. Maya Rudolph is fantastic in it. Rob Corddry is great in it, and Allison Janney, fantastic. So there are other moments in the movie that are good, but I just feel like the only part that it drawed back on, that it didn't do well on, is the relationship between the boy and the girl. Everything else was great, and I haven't even mentioned yet that Steve Carell, what an asshole. What?
So I'm so happy that he plays a dick. I wanted to see that forever.
Like, he plays
Real
the
quick.
meanest boyfriend. Like, why would
And I
his
remember,
mother ever be with Steve Carell?
Yeah,
Why?
I was reading an interview with the directors
'Cause of
when
his
this was
dick,
coming
Tim.
out, and they said that was the reason they cast him, because they really wanted to see him play against type.
Sure.
And,
he
I'm
certainly does.
I'm sure Steve wanted to try something different.
sure,
He's
yeah.
he's got a very douchebag. And I don't know. I'm sorry for anyone listening that has his same name, but he has a very douchebag name, Trent.
Trent.
I
I've never met a
I
Trent.
thought you were gonna say Keith.
No, but
Trent Boyette.
Yeah.
but basically, it's a good movie, good summer movie, definitely coming of age movie. I would be interested in seeing it again. It got, for what it's worth, it got a 7.5 rating on IMDb, out of 10, of course, and it's an enjoyable movie. It has its moments where it draws back,
Hey.
but for everything else, it makes up for it. And
Jay,
Nick.
you said it's 2 hours away. Where's
Yeah.
it playing?
I don't know. It's somewhere in Michigan, 2 hours away. Now, real quick, Nick, write this shit down. You need to watch Seven Psychopaths.
I have.
You need-
No, I forgot about
Okay.
that. No, he was
You
good
need
in
to wa-
that. I'll give you
You
that.
need to watch Conviction. You need to watch, where's it at? The Winning Season. You need to watch Choke.
yes,
And you need to watch, where is it?
that's not the movie, by the way, Nick. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, we should make a movie that's called
where is
it?
That's
It could
the
be about
sequel to
or you
Dude,
could
Where's
just
My
change
Car?
it, or you could just change it to "Oh, There It Is" and make it the biography
Oh,
of Keenan
there
and
it
Kel.
is.
Safe Men.
Safe
Men
Men.
is also
Safe,
awesome.
What is it, Jay?
Safe Men.
Oh, Safe Men.
It's about these guys that are trying to rob a bank.
I couldn't have guessed that.
The Way Back. Put that on your list too. It was great.
I would love to see it.
It was
Just
a
nowhere
lot of fun,
around
and
here.
I'll tell you what, it's a very simple movie. So that don't expect them to dive into, no pun intended, don't expect them to dive into any further development into their characters. It's a very surface movie where what you see is what you get from these characters.
Probably just a good summer film.
Right. It's not meant to be really over dramatic, and it's not meant to be this hardcore drama where it's diving into the problems, because clearly there are issues much larger than what's on the surface of this movie, where like why is the mother with this douchebag that you'll really hate when you see the movie. You'll really hate Steve Carell, and you'll wonder, why is she still with him? And it's really bugging the crap out of me. But you realize that the movie, that's not what it's supposed to dive into and investigate. It's on the surface of it, it's supposed to be a nice, lighthearted comedy, summer comedy. And it's very simple, and it is.
I would like to see it. Hopefully, it comes somewhere around here.
All right. Well, do we have any games this week?
No.
Did you have anything?
No, I didn't
Okay.
find any.
All right. Well, can we make up a game? Buy it or sell it. Pacific Rim. Sell.
That's what I
Bye.
wanted. That's what I wanted when I started these games, was for us to come up with
Nick,
some
if you
of the
made
entries.
a bunch of games to bash Pacific Rim like Tim's gonna try to do, I'd murder you.
White House
Watch this
down.
or watch that. Pacific Rim, or you
Or
just go
White
out
House
and murder
down.
yourself.
Pacific Rim or White House down. Oh,
White House
should
down.
Rim.
we say this though? This week there was a there. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys are you do you watch the show Community at all?
I love.
I'm
Community.
behind, like, by a
I
season.
love Jim Rash in Community.
I was gonna say Jim Rash is hilarious in the Way Back. Like his character is
Pelton.
so funny.
Yeah, Dean Pelton is a great character on Community.
So funny.
Love it.
But I would just want to say there was a movie trailer released this week. I just want to mention called Saving. It has Tom
Mr.
Hanks in it.
Banks.
What's it called? Saving Mr. Banks.
where he plays Walt Disney.
Yes, and it's about the story of how it's a live action film about how Walt Disney created or almost didn't create Mary Poppins, the movie.
That's cool.
It looks
I
good.
want to see it.
It looks good. My only concern is who is this marketed towards? Is it for kids? I don't know. It's like the fourth Disney movie ever to be based on, I don't know. I don't know. I got to go to the freaking trivia for it.
I don't know. I think it comes out around the holiday season. You're going to get a lot of your older people going out.
Yeah, it comes out around
It's going to be
Christmas
another
time.
like one of those King's Speech crowds, that want to go see, that grew up with Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke, the people
and
who
honestly,
know what I mean?
This could be. Obviously, we're speaking too soon here, but it very well could be a nomination for Tom Hanks when it comes award season.
If that's the case, Tom Hanks could be doing another double awards, because I think he's going to get an award for that movie where he plays that captain, that captain on that boat that gets overtaken by the Somali pirates.
Oh, right.
True story,
yeah, I saw that a while ago.
And he's already getting pre-buzz for that, so I don't know. He's either, go ahead.
Speaking of Tom Hanks, I watched Cloud Atlas. I'm not even done with it yet because it's so long.
Damn right.
Cloud Atlas, that movie's amazing.
Oh, I mean, I
guys
hear
see
it's
that?
amazing, but it's like 8 hours long.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Every story is so good.
I just I've watched the first 10 minutes of it on demand because I always put free 10 minutes or whatever. And the first shot of Tom Hanks, where he's that English kid with the mutton chops and the big teeth. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I was
it's
crying.
hilarious.
I was laughing so hard.
It's hilarious.
I was like,
so
that is not Tom Hanks,
dude. You got to see the one where he plays like a mobster. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, he's like some Brooklyn mobster.
Love it.
It's too funny.
Okay, so should we, Nick? Do you want to talk about some of the movies that are coming out this week here?
I would love to. Let me get back to it. We have pretty much all the rest of the July movies next weekend, except.
So
for
let's
one.
start out for you. What do you got coming out?
This Friday, I have Only God Forgives, which is in limited release. I have The Conjuring, and I have R.I.P.D.
Mm-hmm. Which is getting a lot of marketing, a lot of people. It's before a lot of movies in the theater. It's on TV all the time.
What movie you talking about? S.H.I.T.?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Jay has Turbo, which I think comes out tomorrow, Wednesday.
Yep. Red 2's coming out. Who's got that?
I do.
And then Tim has Girl Most Likely, which is limited, and Red 2.
Okay. Interesting.
And then we have one last movie in July, which is The Wolverine, which comes out next week.
Okay, interesting. So Girl Most Likely, is going to be one of those movies where it's not going to make a lot at first because it's opening up in limited number of theaters. Even again for you with Only God Forgives. So that's going to be like the first couple weeks, and then by the time we reach August, hopefully it'll be close to what its budget. So
I don't
that's the
expect
hope,
it to
anyway.
make much because it opened at Cannes Film Festival and
Which one?
With Only God Forgives.
Okay.
And it got a resounding boo after it was over.
Yeah, we talked about this already.
Oh, yeah, we talked about
I don't
this.
expect it to do very well. I'm just hoping. I don't think the budget's going to be much anyway.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So and then Jay, what does Jay have coming out? Turbo.
Jay has
Turbo.
That's gonna
I think
do
that'll
okay.
do all right.
And it's only gonna do well because it's spaced well. You've had a couple weeks to see Monsters University. You've had a few weeks to see Despicable Me, and now we have Turbo.
And
when
then,
it's
it's
and
racing.
then
going
you
up against it.
you have Turbo, and then you have that for 2 weeks until the Smurfs comes out.
Well,
So-
yeah, and it's about the same crowd I think who would go see.
Yeah, kids.
Who
Yeah,
has the Smurfs?
I do.
Aha.
I'm happy. That first one made bank, dude.
Nope.
I'm
Turbo
happy.
might do well. Turbo might do well. So we'll see. Red 2. What do you guys think about Red 2?
I think Red 2 will do all right. That'll be probably the
think so.
best action movie at the moment. once
I
it comes
really
out.
enjoyed the first one, so
First one was amazing.
I'm hoping this one's good. And this one's got Anthony Hopkins, so
All right, cool.
Is he the bad guy?
I think he might be, because I thought I heard something in the commercial where he says to someone, "You don't want to mess with me," but then again, that could still be him just being a badass.
He's always the bad guy.
So I don't know. Should be a cool movie. I just
Cool.
like John Malkovich. And then in other news,
Yes.
Aaron and Gina Marie from Big Brother lost their jobs outside the Big Brother house
Nice.
because of their blatant racism.
racism.
We should probably wrap up this before
Yes,
you guys
let's
start chatting
let's
about
wrap
that.
let's wrap this up. All right, thanks.
Big
yeah,
Brother
anything
talk
else?
is riveting, Jay. You know.
Oh,
this.
Fuck Big Brother. I'll get berated. for
All right,
that.
guys, we won't. We won't make you listen to that. But thanks, guys, for listening to the all 10 of you usually that listen to the summer box office mega movie draft. I'm Tim.
There you have
We
it.
got Jay.
Go
we
see
got
Pacific
Nick.
Rim for the love of
don't
Christ.
see it. Oh my God.
Go see it.
Don't see it.
Help this movie.
Don't
help
see
me.
it.
Help the movie.
I'm trying to get the last word. Don't see it.
Del Toro.
There
Hey,
have it.
you know what though? Go watch Newsroom, the new season that came out.
Yes.
I just torrented the episode.
You'll
I mean,
enjoy
no,
it.
I didn't.
It'll be
I
great.
did not do that.
I loved it. All right. Yeah, you did not do that, Jay. You meant you bought it.
Yep.
Okay,
Paid
everybody.
for it.
See you later. We talked too much.